This video is a sequel to the one called Spending to Maximize Utility, a Review. Rather than asking about a consumer choosing between chocolate and vanilla ice cream, this example is going to be looking at a consumer choosing between two different sweet snacks. Michael has a budget of $5 a week, and he must divide it between granola bars, which sell for 50 cents per bar, and Snickers bars, which sell for $1 per bar. We're going to use this situation to illustrate the rational spending rule that we learned about in the previous video. And as you work on this, you can use the handout I gave you in class, and if you don't have it, you can go to the class website and download the handout called Margin of Utility and the Rational Spending Rule. The Rational Spending Rule just says that one should allocate spending across goods to make marginal utility per dollar the same for each. In the case of granola bars and Snickers bars, that would mean something like this. We'd want to spread spending between granola bars and Snicker bars so that the marginal utility of granola bars divided by the price of granola bars is the same as the marginal utility of Snickers divided by the price of Snickers. Basically, this boils down to a simple idea. You ought to get the same additional enjoyment from the last dollar you spend on each good or service that you buy. To find a wise allocation of spending between granola bars and Snickers for Michael, we're going to use a guess and check strategy. Suppose Michael decides to try consuming 4 granola bars per week. In that case, the marginal utility would be 12 units from the last granola bar. The price is 50 cents, so 12 units of marginal utility, 12 utils, divided by 0.5 would give us 24 utils per dollar. And since Michael is buying 4 granola bars a week at 50 cents apiece, he's spending $2 a week on granola bars, leaving him $3 to spend on Snickers. Since Snickers sell for $1 apiece, that means that Michael is going to be trying a consumption level of 3 per week. And at 3 per week, his marginal utility from the last Snickers consumed is 16. And since they sell for $1, that'd be 16 per dollar. So, in our first try, Michael consumes 4 granola bars per week and ends up getting 24 utils per dollar from the last granola bar consumed. He consumes 3 Snickers per week and ends up getting 16 utils per dollar from the last Snickers of the week. So darn it, Michael has not succeeded in following the rational spending rule. So here's your challenge. Stop the video and see if you can do better than Easton just did. See if you can find the combination of granola bars and Snickers that will correctly implement the rational spending rule. To do that, think about my failure for a moment and what you might learn from it. Then pick a different quantity of granola bars than I did and work through your example following the same steps I did. And to avoid making the task needlessly hard, I'll give you a hint. The number of granola bars for the solution will be even. Okay, I'll give you the solution, but if you haven't already tried, you really should. Okay, let's try 6 granola bars per week. At that consumption level, the marginal utility is 10 utils for the last bar of the week, the 6th. And the marginal utility per dollar is 20 utils because the price of granola bars is $0.50. And consuming 6 granola bars a week, Michael is spending $3 a week on granola bars, which leaves him $2 a week for Snickers. So, Michael's going to be consuming 2 Snickers a week for a marginal utility of 20 and a marginal utility per dollar that will also be 20, since the Snickers sell for $1. So it looks like our second trial is a success. So in trial number 2, Michael is consuming 6 granola bars a week and enjoying 20 utils per dollar for the last granola bar consumed, and he's consuming 2 Snickers per week and also enjoying 20 utils per dollar for the last item consumed there. So he's fulfilling the rational spending rule. He's allocating his spending between granola bars and Snickers to make the marginal utility per dollar the same for each. So, let's think of another challenge with Michael. Suppose he gets a raise and he now has $7 a week. What's the best combination of the 2 products now? And just to make it a little easier, I'll say that the quantity of granola bars is going to be even. So, stop the video, get back to your guess and check, and see what you can do. Well, let's see how you did. Suppose he consumes 8 granola bars a week. In that case, his marginal utility is going to be 8 for the last granola bar, and the marginal utility per dollar is going to be 16. And if Michael's buying 8 bars a week, that'd be $4 a week, leaving $3 to spend on Snickers. So $3 on Snickers, 3 Snickers a week. Margin utility 16 and 16 per dollar. So we've got 16 utils per dollar, both with granola bars and with Snickers. He's successfully implementing the rational spending rule. So, one last challenge. Let's suppose his income goes from 7 to 8. So he has $8 a week to spend on his favorite snacks. And let's suppose that the price of granola bars goes up to $1, and the price of Snickers stays at $1. What's the best he can do now? Stop and see what you can do with guess and check and your trusty worksheet. Well, let's see how Michael responds to this enormous increase in the opportunity cost of granola bars. He ends up consuming 4 per week, and at that level he gets 12 utils of satisfaction from the last granola bar consumed, and that means that he's getting 12 utils per dollar, since granola bars are now selling for $1. And since his budget is $8 a week and he's spending $4 a week on granola bars, he's got $4 to spend on Snickers. So that means he'd be buying 4 Snickers a week, and at that level he gets 12 units of additional utility from the last snack of the week, the last Snickers of the week, and that means he's getting 12 utils per dollar from the last Snickers, just like he's getting 12 utils per dollar from the last granola bar, so he's successfully implementing the rational spending rule. So, we've thought about the law of diminishing marginal utility and the rational spending rule. And the last thing I'd like to say is that this gives us another reason why demand curves slope downward. As the price falls, the quantity consumed increases. And as quantity rises, the marginal utility from those additional units declines. But that's okay, because the decline in the price justifies purchasing the product even with a lower marginal utility.